What made Nobody such an intriguing movie plays into the formula that its production studio, 87 North Productions, is known for. They make these batshit, chaotic action movies, but the protagonists at the center of them are people who aren't typical to the action genre. For example, David Harbour playing Grumpy Santa Claus in Violent Night, Ke Huy Quan playing a nerdy real estate agent who happens to have a past as a deadly assassin in Love Hurts, and in the case of Nobody, Bob Odenkirk playing a typical suburban dad who just gets to do some John Wick type shit. Nobody is an unapologetically mindless action movie that just allows you to see a guy like Bob Odenkirk do action sequences for an hour and a half, and Nobody 2 pretty much gives you a lot of the same thing. It just shifts the setting over to Hutch trying to take his family on vacation, and it's got a third act that actually would have worked well as a crazy set of traps in a third Home Alone movie if Macaulay Culkin had come back. But there are certain aspects here that made this movie relatively promising, but they just weren't explored enough. For starters, Timo Tjahjanto in the director's chair. This dude has a solid resume in the Asian action film market. But clearly, at the end of all of this, he was just working off the Hollywood studio blueprint. But then you have aspects like Sharon Stone playing an insanely evil villain, RZA playing a pretty unique sidekick with a fun little twist to him. But instead, when it comes to the villains, well, Colin Hanks got the most focus playing a typical shady local law enforcement sheriff. And that's the thing, they really could have elevated this sequel if they were willing to experiment and take risks. But nonetheless, at a swift, fast-paced 89-minute runtime, plenty of action to keep you intrigued, and at least being willing to explore as much as it does around its more intriguing aspects. While I wasn't blown away by this, or it wasn't exactly a groundbreaking action experience, I was modestly entertained.